Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. First time. I don't think I've had you two together ever on this show before. From the Fitchburg Police Department, your captain, your deputy chief.
Very good.
Isn't that wrong? I've got Matthew or Matt.
Matt.
Would you prefer?
Matt is fine.
Matt?
Yep.
All right. And Drew. Drew, welcome back. How you doing?
Works. Good.
It's been a while. Or Andrew, which one would you prefer? All right, we've established those guidelines. We're actually here to talk about your annual report. You just shared this out for 2025. Some great stuff happening in the police department going into this year. Big project next door that's going on, which is exciting, and some pretty cool trends in our crime area. Let's start with the reorg, though. A pretty major move last year in 2025. What happened?
So I think the most important thing that we needed to identify is coming off of the failed referendum, I think we needed to take a deep dive and a look inside our own department to see where we could improve some efficiencies. One of those areas was identifying duplication of services, and that being our biggest one was our dispatch center. We've had the luxury of having our own dispatch center for years, as long as I've been here and even prior to. However, we're duplicating the services that were already provided by the county. So we had to make the tough decision to cut some of those employees from the dispatch center, transfer those services to the county full time, and that freed up some of the dollars necessary to enhance some of our other areas of our police department operationally, from introducing a shift lieutenant, moving our social worker to a full-time position from her previous part-time, adding in a property and evidence manager position, which is outstanding for our evidence room, and just kind of setting the groundwork for what we have in store moving forward from an organizational chart. So it was a tough lift. There's a lot of great work done by everybody within the police department, within the city, to make it work. And hopefully this sets the stage for the next iteration of our police department as we move forward.
Staffing, too, overall, I know it's been a challenge for the last several years. Taking the referendum out of it, where are we as far as staffing levels coming into 26? Like, is it getting better? Is the trend getting better? Or?
Sure. So, two-part question. As far as our staffing, where we are as an authorized staffing, as part of the reorg, we did go from 55 authorized sworn down to 54 authorized sworn. So if we take a look back at 2022, I think we had 11 vacancies, a total of 17 or 18 unfilled positions during 2022. We've fast forward to now, we have, I believe, a total of 3 vacancies. So we've made strides there. But the other side of the story is, for a city our size, the size of Fitchburg, dealing with a lot of the community challenges that we deal with throughout the state, between 25,000 and 50,000 population-wise, we are the lowest staffed police department in the entire state. So not only do we deal with some serious challenges within our community, typically ranked in the top 5 to 10 of highest violent crime rates in the state, and we're dealing with far less people than we should. So we have a plan in place, and hopefully some of these things come to fruition, and we're able to overcome some of those hurdles that we have dealt with from a staffing perspective. We do have our COPS grant still out there with the opportunity to hire 5 additional police officers. We hope to get more levels of supervision and leadership, and we hope to enhance with the new building coming across the street with some technology that might help our community and help our officers do their job.
That's a good transition. You knew exactly where I was going. The new building across the street, we broke ground last fall. It's off and running. That's certainly, the weather's been interesting. If you look at the time lapse of what's happened so far, very long process to get to this day, get to that. But what does this mean for the community and the department?
Well, it's been a challenge for the last 11 or 12 years, understanding this is a building we needed to move towards. I think back in 2014-ish, the city identified that we'd outgrown our space downstairs, and likewise, the city staff is incredibly congested in their workspaces. So the police department's getting the new building, which is certainly beneficial for us to be able to do our job more effectively, but City Hall will be able to breathe a little bit better as they move into our space, repurpose it for what works for their operations, and it's a win for the city as a whole. Right in the corner of Fish Hatchery Road and Lacey Road, so it's going to be a pretty standoutish building for the city, going along with the campus design that we currently have. So it's going to be a very pleasant look also for that area, driving past it. But really it's giving us the ability to do things in a more appropriate fashion for our profession and our officers and our staff as a whole. Technology has changed immensely over the last 20 or 30 years. Our current building is not up to standards that the state accreditation board would expect in order for us to pursue accreditation, meaning following best practices, best policies, protocols for doing the things that we do. Our evidence facility the storage room that's being built there will actually be designed for evidence storage, making the best use of space. We've got new records management systems to better track our inventories downstairs, all things we couldn't do with the space in the basement currently. So we're very excited to move into this facility. We've seen the plans, we see it go up. And like you said, overnight, it seems like walls just pop up out of nowhere. And it's growing optimism every day, seeing that a reminder that we're going in the right direction.
Do you guys know when we're going to be moving in there? How's that timeline looking?
Well, building completion and moving are two different things we're learning. So the building is, with the weather cooperating, of course, on track to be sooner than initially expected. Moving likely still going to be early spring of next year.
Yeah, 27.
All right. Well, we'll keep you up to date. Monthly updates, by the way, we're doing those with the construction manager, Pepper Construction.
Pepper Construction.
Anyways, that's going on. All right. Finally, statistics-wise, numbers are trending down in a lot of categories. Notably in your, I don't know what you would call it, your violent crime area. What does this mean, like overall? What's going on?
Well, we'd like to interpret it to mean that we're doing something right. We've identified some problems. We've overcome a lot of staffing challenges. I mean, the deputy chief mentioned earlier that we were in the hole 17 or 18 unfilled positions, which is nearly a third of our department 3 or 4 years ago. Makes it very hard to proactively address problems. But since we've built that back up, we've been able to be more proactive as opposed to reactive when the problems come in. And one of the things we focused on as a department is what's driving the crime. Crime exists everywhere, and we'll never be able to fully get rid of it, of course, but what's driving it? And for us in Fitchburg and the Madison area as a whole, there was an uptick in stolen vehicle crimes, so property crimes, which led to other violent crimes, but firearms violence in our area was something that we'd never truly experienced at that level before. So the Fitchburg Police Department made some changes. Other area departments made some changes. We started working together, collaborating information better for intelligence and working together to do area-wide campaigns to address the problem. Internally, we looked for ways to get bad guns off the streets. And what we saw, we have a chart in our annual report 3 or 4 years ago when we really started looking to find these guns that shouldn't be out there. The more of those that we seized had a direct correlation to the number of shots fired incidents and gunshot victims as a whole. Those plummeted in the last 3 or 4 years. We're really proud of those statistics. In line with some of these practices that we're doing now, the staffing, all that contributes to being able to drive that type of crime down. The latest numbers for the FBI haven't been released yet for last year, but once those come out, there'll be an even more validating effect of the impact we had on crime in our area.
Are more people like working with you too? Like you got a lot of partners out there as well as the community being helpful in that front. I mean, it's a lot of different areas, I'm sure, but.
So I think it's really our focus on how we investigate the crimes, the steps that we're not only making with our detectives, but also the officers on the street. They're much more skilled and knowledgeable in what we're looking for and how to identify where those problems are and the steps that they need to take. Not only that, but we're also partnering with our other local agencies, but state and federal partners with our gun violence reduction initiative with the U.S. Attorney's Office as well. So those initiatives in and around this area have really made an impact, a positive impact on our communities.
Finally, just as you wrap up the report, put a nice bow on it and put it out there. I mean, a lot of stuff's happened with the building, with the city growing and everything else. But as a department, from your two perspectives, you got to be pretty proud of everything that's going on here. A lot of moving parts, certainly. A lot of things in this report, I think, reflects just the hard work that's going on out there.
No, I completely agree. I think from where we were when I first started, over 20 years ago, to where we are now, to really, whether it's the creation of certain teams within our police department, our crisis intervention team, our crisis negotiation team, our domestic violence team, and the additions of our social worker, to really combat from a holistic standpoint a lot of the problems that we face in our community, and identifying those other areas and those other resources that we can pull in to the conversation to really give much more of a solution, instead of just dealing with it in the moment and then it popping up a few months later. So I think that's really that data driven analysis of the entire problem, as opposed to just reactive problem to every time we get a phone call. So very proud of the work that everybody's been doing, from all the way from the chief, command staff, all the way down to our professional staff as well. Everybody's really coming together to not only working on the crime or the policing side of things, but also the internal functions that we really need to focus on, from our budgeting to our planning and working on staffing plans, organizational structures, those types of things. It's really coming together, and hopefully we can really set that foundation for years to come, because Lord knows, we're not going to be around here forever, and we want to be able to set this department up in the best position for those that take it over, for the community moving forward in Dane County and in Fitchburg.
Drew?
Yeah, it's the things you can't really see, and we can't really put in a report, but I'll probably get this brought up, but the harmony that I'm seeing amongst our staff, it's encouraging to see. People are optimistic, they're energetic, they've taken ownership of wanting to be a part of our mission, which is very hard to just find in people, but all the teams and the units and the dedication of the staff that contribute to that, looking for ways to be more efficient with the staff and the resources we do have, because we could always want more, but looking for ways to do things differently to achieve the same outcome quicker and, again, more efficiently.
All right. Well, gentlemen, I appreciate you taking the time. I know how busy you are, so I appreciate it. Certainly, you can check out the report online. It's up on the website, fitchburgwi.gov, under the PD section there, and we'll hopefully get you back on, talk about the next report, right?
We'll see.
All right. Or we'll just see you over at the new building. Yeah. Better not wait that long, but, Either way, thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thanks.